Have you ever had a moment when you realize that something you do on a regular basis, almost habitually, has developed a deeper significance or meaning for you? I love beginning my paintings by sketching out the composition, the basic shapes with yellows and oranges. Until the day I created this little study of 3 tree trunks with light and shadows on the snow around them, I always thought that this practice was purely strategic and practical. The yellows are particularly easy to cover with titanium white, so I can go back and forth using white and yellow until I get the shapes exactly where and how I want them. Plus, warm underpainting with yellow and orange often adds luminosity to the colors I layer on the top. This is especially effective when I want to create sunlight effects. In this study, the yellow underneath the white of the snow is going to add to its glow, and the orange under the tree trunks warms the browns and purples that I'll layer on top. I use a similar approach painting not only nature landscapes, but all sorts of other things, whether that's animals, people, flowers, a dress hanging on the line, a handful of beads. After I completed this painting, I was reflecting on what messages and themes I explore through my art, and I suddenly recognized that, to me, this isn't just a technique anymore. These glowing colors that are painted underneath all the layers represent for me an inner light or life force that connects the elements and all living things, that connects us to one another. So some might describe that as life force. Others might call it spirit or divine energy, or grace, or a deeper love. So when I begin my pieces in this way, I am honoring and giving expression to a deeply held belief, one that helps me to get through really difficult times. A belief that beneath and among all the layers of pain and sorrow and struggle we experience, there is some goodness, there is beauty, there is hope. It just may be hard to see sometimes. Or we may not see it until we look back on our lives. At other times, like for me when I'm out in nature, it's easier to notice. That grace or beauty or hope can show up in our lives in a myriad of ways, some anticipated and others totally surprising. It can show up in the mundane and the extraordinary. It shows up in you and in me, in all of us. How does it sound to feel or see the world like that? Let's look for the deeper glow of color and light below the rough surface of our experiences. Let's listen more closely for the gifts of imperfection and vulnerability and kindness in each other. Let's feel into our beauty and worth and the positive difference we make in the world just by being here. I'm Laura Higgins, and I'm an artist, a writer, and a life cycle celebrant. I'd love for you to join me on my journey of exploration through art, reflection, and connection. For more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and click the bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Laura Higgins Art. For weekly art and inspiration, I'd love for you to join my email community. The link for that is in my bio or in the description accompanying this video. I look forward to seeing you there. And may we all find many moments of peace and grace and know that we are deeply loved. Thank you for sharing this time with me.